Good evening, folks. This is Deb Delapiana, and this is your weekly wake-up call. I'm going to turn this over to Dave.
A little bit of personal information, and I want to make it perfectly clear that I don't want to hear any nonsensical responses. That when I went canvassing last week, 2 days after, when I was in the middle of my vacation, I did contract COVID. I immediately contacted everybody that was involved and, got tested and just quarantined. I took a negative, that was on Wednesday morning. I actually took a test on Saturday and yesterday, and I tested negative, and then I tested negative today, and I feel okay. I feel fine. And why? Because I've been vaccinated and boosted. So I don't want to hear that. I wasn't even double boosted yet, and I was told by my doctor to wait until October because that's when the new, stronger booster comes out. That's designed for the BA.5, which is the current strain. So what I will say is that despite that, I still intend to work for campaigns. I may not canvass. I think that it's a little too risky for me, but I will, phone bank, write, retweet on Twitter, that kind of stuff. And it's important. And I like to see that more and more people that I know are contributing to campaigns and whether it be funding or actually working for the campaign. If you can't go out there and do something, there are other things you can do, like the things that I just mentioned. And why is it important? I have a few sources in here, but the first source is that Republicans are treating this climate now, some of them, as a civil war. This is getting dangerous, potentially, and ideologically unacceptable at this point. And you need more people to fight and do the right thing, and not just the representatives. Now, there are representatives that are doing the right thing and doing their job instead of worrying about keeping their job. Gavin Newsom happens to be one of them. He's challenging people through social media. He challenged Abbott, he challenged DeSantis, and he also is using tactics against the Republicans by using their tactics and using it to design legislation, such as the gun legislation he just proposed with the bounty hunter kind of regulation or bounty hunter kind of stuff in there that Texas used in their abortion bills. So the other thing that I want to say is that Liz Cheney, although I would never vote for her, is doing the right thing, and she doesn't give a crap if she gets elected again. And that's the kind of rep that you need too. Although we're not going to support her, obviously, we need people on the other side to do that as well. So that's pretty much what I have. Continue. We have to continue. This will extend past the election. Okay. You have to understand this is a long fight. Roe v. Wade, it took them 50 years to overturn this. We don't have that much time, and I understand that. We also don't have much time. People are scrambling to get 10 votes to codify gay marriage, which wouldn't be necessary if either the filibuster would be overturned, or if the Senate and the House had enough votes to just ignore the filibuster. We have to understand that we have to become more involved. And if we want things done, we have to vote for the right people. That's what I have. And be safe, be careful, but don't use getting sick as an excuse either. Deb and I have both been there, okay? And we're still here, and we will still do this.
And let me just add one thing. There's a couple of other things you can do. For example, I am in Massachusetts, but I am working on a postcard campaign from the Progressive Turnout Caucus to protect Maggie Hassan in New Hampshire. We need to keep her Senate seat. She will be under attack. New Hampshire is a conservative state. She is a Democrat. They actually have 2 Democratic senators, but Maggie Hassan is up at the midterm point. We don't know who her, opponent's going to be until August 9th. But we do know that Sununu, who was the governor, is not going to run against her, even though the GOP wanted him to, because he does not want to get into the bullshit politics of Washington. And that's a fact. He's not interested in stymieing Joe Biden for 2 years, basically. There are things you can do. You can phone bank, and you can phone bank from your house as well.
Yes.
There are ways to do this. So people need to do this. If you have any hope of us retaining democracy, this is something that needs to happen. I'm going to close this show down. We're going to post this tonight, and we will see you with the long show in a few minutes.
Keep fighting.